Alright, so let's take a look. First things first, this is H, this is K, it's opposite same, so I should have got 2, 3. Now, what do I do with that? Again, this is always that, and it's that way in both forms. The vertex x value is always axis of symmetry. And I think what might help some people is just to start plotting this stuff right away. I know that's my vertex, so I know that that gives me my axis of symmetry. Then I know, now if you had negative 2, 3 here, your graph is off. I know my y-intercept is 0 something, and it's not 0, 3. I got to plug 0 in. 0 minus 2 is negative 2 squared times negative 1/2 plus 3. And what a lot of people did here is some people tried to multiply these first. Some people took this and said negative 2 squared is negative 4. Remember that it's negative times a negative. Make it positive 4 times that is negative 2 plus 3, which is indeed 1. I heard somebody say it.
I know what I did.
So if you had 5 there, or negative 5 there, if you had 5 there, you probably had a negative 4 when you squared that. Now again, don't try and overthink this. Once I have this point, just reflect it. I can reflect it there, and that gives me 4, 1. Okay? Now for the point negative 2, plug negative 2 in. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4, squared is 16. Half of that is 8 negative, plus 5 is negative 5. Now that means negative 5 is here, but let's just go plot it. Negative 2, negative 5 is right there. Reflected 1, 2, 3, 4 over, so go 1, 2, 3, 4 over, and there it is right there. Connect my dots. And I can see, first of all, sorry I didn't plot that point, that is 6, negative 5. And then I know I got x2, where is it increasing? Less than, and so then this one is the other side, right? Now two things. Number one, what's different between the top graph and the bottom graph? The way it opens for one. What else? The increasing, decreasing. Yeah, because of the way it opens, right?
Yeah. How wide it opens?
How wide it is. Why is the bottom one wider than the top one?
Because it's a fraction.
Because it's a fractional A. Fractional A's get wider. A's that are greater than 1. 1 would just be like this. A's that are greater than 1 make it more skinny. Okay? So, that's how that works. Any questions on either of these two? Okay, let's do the next one together. And you guys can tell me what's right. What is my vertex for number 3? Negative 1. 0, yeah, if there's nothing there, that just is plus 0. I saw somebody in another class write plus 0 there to help her out. Nothing wrong with that. You could even have it in an answer, and that's okay. Again, my axis of symmetry is then what? Negative 1. X equals negative 1, right?
Yeah.
My y-intercept is 0. Is it 0, 0?
No.
No, why?
You
You gotta plug it in.
2 is 2.
Right, 1 squares 1 times that's 2. Absolutely. So now I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start graphing this. Negative 1, 0 is right here. Don't go down, it's right there. Because my y-intercept is 0, 2. Now I know my line of reflection, my axis of symmetry is right here. So I can reflect over to here and just identify that point as negative 2, 2. The point for 1, well, plug 1 in. 1 plus 1 is 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8. So plot that point and reflect it. It's 1, 8. That's a key. 2 over. 2 more. That gives me negative 3, 8. And again, the y should be the same. Connect my dots, and it kind of goes to what I was saying earlier. I've got an a that's greater than 1, so it's a little skinnier graph. And tell me what's right for increasing.
X is greater than negative 1.
X is greater than negative 1, and of course the other one then just goes like that. Simple as that. Yes. So again, I ask, how many of you feel like this is easier than the other? It really is, right? All right, so the equation, let's go back again. Now without looking back, what's the equation of vertex form? Anybody?
Y equals
X minus H.
Parentheses.
X
minus H. And then close parentheses.
Oh, close parentheses.
And then you square.
Yes.
Plus
A.
There we go.
A.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Axis of symmetry. Somebody.
H.
No.
X equals H.
X equals H. Right? And I'm saying that intentionally because I want people to make sure they realize it is an equation of a line. Okay? Vertex.
HK.
HK. That we can say just the letters by themselves. Y-intercept. is 0, I want you to write this. F of 0. F of 0. Now if that doesn't make sense, you can write plug 0 in. Okay, that's what that means. When A is positive, it opens up. Yeah, that's fancy. When A is negative, it opens down. K, we said this before, K is the same, and H is the opposite when you think about the points of the vertex. And then increasing is very simply just uphill, and decreasing is downhill. And that is read from left to right.
Why'd you put
F of 0 means, if I say F parentheses 0, so that means F of 0, that just means plug 0 in. I just want to get used to that notation, but if you want to write yourself a little note, that just means plug 0 in, that's all it is.
What's
Is it like a slash?
F of X is, it just replaces Y. We'll get into function notation, I don't want that to be confusing. If you just want to think of it as plug it in, what it is, plug it in. Chapter 6, we get more into function notation. Any other questions on this? Next page. Doing 2 sections today, but this one is really easy, you're going to see. All right, take 2 seconds, don't look back, see if you can write both forms.
Alright, both ones in my sleep, obviously.
Okay, close your eyes, write both forms. No. You got dreams of this today. Maybe not. Here we go. We got, of course, y equals a squared plus bx plus c, and we got it. All right. Now, notice what it's asking you to do here. Write the equation of each parabola in vertex form. I would suggest you start every problem like this. Okay, we're going to kind of over here, we're going to kind of write our steps at the same time in the right margin here. What do you think I do first?
I feel like you find the vertex.
Vertex. Tell me what it is. What's the vertex?
The vertex is 3, 4.
3, 4. Why would I want that?
So you can plug it in.
To what?
Yeah.
This is my H and my K. I can hear you guys kind of getting a little quieter, but you're right. And you plug it into your H and your K. So y equals a times x minus 3 squared plus 4. And it should make sense. Remember I said opposite same, right? So if I have a negative 3 here, then I better have a positive 3 for my H. Right? Any questions so far? So that's step 1. Find vertex, plug into HK. Step 2. What do you think? This one took us a minute first hour, but we got it. What do you think I do next?
Find the y intercept.
Okay, we know if A is positive or negative, but I'm here to tell you A is the one that we're really actually going to use. We're actually going to solve for. A is the one we're going to solve for. I heard the y-intercept, which on this problem doesn't work out so great. Sometimes, yes,
The line is
but
symmetry.
use that.
The axis.
We don't even need that yet. In fact, we're not going to need that. That's a good guess. No, that's what you just said. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Think of what he said when we were close when he said y-intercept. What is the y-intercept?
Nothing.
3.
Not necessarily on this specific graph, but what does the y-intercept represent?
4.
The function.
What does the y-intercept represent on a graph?
Where it intercepts.
How it goes
The
up.
point where it intercepts the y-axis. Point. Do you see other points on here?
No. I do. I see. So I see other points.
What are those points? Somebody said it. What is it giving? They don't cross the y-intercept. You're right. What do all points have in common? What is a point is what and what?
X and Y.
X and y. You see an x and y in this problem? So if we can find another x and y, we can just plug it into x and y, and that'll help us solve for A. Okay, so next step, plug another point into x, y. And I don't care which point you pick. I got 2 points here. I got 5, -4, and I got 1, -4. For purposes of your notes, go ahead and label both of those points. But I want you to see this is x and this is y. This is x and this is y. And I don't care which way you do it. I'm just going to pick this point because I did it in first hour. Plug y into y. Plug x into x. And the first thing I want you to notice is, let's do order of operations. What's 5 minus 3?
2.
2 squared is
4.
4. Let me stop you there. What if I plugged in this point? The -4 would be the same, and I plug in 1. What's 1 minus 3? -2 squared.
4.
Either way, you're going to get there, because we've got 4 both ways, right? So it doesn't matter which point you plug in. Let's get there. This was 2 squared, which is 4. You guys said that already. What do I do next to solve that?
You put 4 on the other side.
Yeah, we've done these things since algebra 1 and even before that. Equals, I'm going to rewrite this as 4a. It's the same thing. It's just because it looks more aesthetically nice. And a equals 2. Which brings me to step 3. Yes?
Where'd you get the 5 from?
The 5
Negative.
from the x value here.
Negative.
Hold on, one thing at a time. You see what I'm saying with the 5? I'm just getting it from the x value here. I'm plugging it in. I could have used 1 as well. It doesn't matter which one I use. Okay? Wait, it's supposed to be -2?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're dividing here by 5.
Right, now let's say I made a mistake and I went to write out my equation and I wrote it as 2 something. How would I know that's wrong?
Is it going down?
So yes, you're right. Maybe I did that purposely. And I get my next step, which is plug a in, that's an A, and rewrite problem. Because look at the original directions say write the equation, right? So I should get y equals -2, parentheses, really you just go back to the second step and it has it right there for you. X minus 3 squared plus 4. What do you think I want you to do last, besides circle it?
See this? Check.
Check visually. You don't have to write anything down, but check. Because like I just said, if I had a 2 here, that would not make sense because this is opening down, right? So negative, good, it opens down. 3, 4, yep, 3, 4, good, it works. What do you think? Not that bad, is it?
Nope.
You guys try the second one.
Oh.
You guys try the second one.
Can I have some water? 3, 2.
When you're done, check yours with mine. If you didn't get what I got, make sure we talk about it. Your homework is the next 3 pages. It sounds like a lot, it's 10 problems. And you have the rest of the class to work?